Good
Hello,
morning, good
everyone.
afternoon.
Morning. Central Time is the only. We have established this, Purple. We have talked about this. We have established this. Central Standard Time is the only time zone that matters.
You're just borrowing time zones from us. It's okay, honey. How are you?
Oh hell! It is early. It is abnormally early for this stream, but because of Loki's was it DC fandom thing that we're both going to be a part of, we decided to push this early as not to step on anyone's toes. So yep, that's what we're doing. Super party time, super early party time at the glorious hour of 9 a.m. or 3 p.m. if you're in some other time zone that doesn't matter.
Pretty sure that there's more of us in the PM time zone at the moment.
Yeah, in the chat, it's literally, so I got like Canadian, I got like several UK people. Are there any Americans? Is there anyone from America in my chat right now?
Yeah, Dave G Sound is there.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I just assume for some reason that like
Dave's American. I hope you are, Dave. Sorry, throwing you under the bus.
Oh, hi. What's up, Mark? Although, yeah, you know what? Yeah, Mark and Rock, because we count them as if one and the same. Are yeah.
But what if Rock's over here doing reconnaissance? Does that count?
I don't know. James Bond. If James Bond is in America, does he become an American? Alright, what's up, Loki? Let's see who else is.
Good morning, Loki.
Jet C, Dave Sound. Yes, Dave G Sound. My bad. Oh no. Let's see. Colin P. Smith is in the house. Dirt McManus. Let's see who else. Number one, Chris Persia is here. La la la. Dun dun dun. And then it's me and Purple. I know. We're all shocked. We are both here. Oh, Mr. CCDV. I think he's American. I'm pretty sure he's American. Not that it matters. It's just I thought it was funny because when I first got in here, it was like all UK people.
Yes, the Commonwealth had taken over.
No, we have been invaded. Oh, dude. Oh my god.
Well, I told you, turn your back on it for a minute and I'll be in.
Yep, that's about right. I swear all the UK people are vampires. Not just you. I swear they all are. Because y'all are basically actually just Americans at this point. Because y'all have all like somehow converted to American time because of the the lockdown.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know, so all y'all have to do now is just move. You've gotten the time zone down, so that's like really hard. Just move to America.
If they would let me out of the country, I would be on the way.
Yeah, that is true. We'll just get her on like a speedboat. We'll just throw y'all all on a speedboat, just sneak you in.
I've worked with Chris. Maybe I can enter by Canada.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because we all just have speedboats and submarines, right? Like that's all. We all have one of those. Yes.
You guys all have like hot tubs and swimming pools and things, so I just assumed that was the case as well.
I have like a small balcony of concrete. That's what I got. But no.
And some awesome plants.
Yes, that is true. These are facts. But no, I don't have a hot tub. Everyone else seems to have a hot tub. I do not have a hot tub. Let's see. All right. Oh. Anna?
Yeah, let me just answer Colin. Yeah, she's fine, Colin. She will be back with us on Monday. Yeah.
She has stuffs going on.
Yeah, it was just family things, that's all. Nothing untoward.
No, yeah. That is why. So, oh, hey. Hell yeah.
Thank you, Chris.
There we go. All right. We got the first steps of a game plan happening.
It's like an American. It's like the new version of the Underground Railway.
Yeah. Get all the UK people out. We'll put them on submarines, and then we'll sneak them into Canada. And nobody gives a shit about the American-Canadian border, so we'll just sneak them across there. Okay, so sequels, unnecessary sequels. And the idea for this came to me because I am currently on the 6th Children of the Corn movie. You know, the 6th one. Took me 3 times to get through the 5th one. That was awful. That was really, really bad. I had to listen to another stream, eat food in order to watch that because it was so awful. But I wanted to watch all the Children of the Corn movies because I'm not being forced to. I don't know why, but you know.
See, that's a new one on me because I didn't even know there were that many sequels. I thought there was maybe 3 or 4, but 6.
No, I'm not done with it.
Oh no.
Hold on, Children of the Corn movies. Hold on, I'm trying to remember how many there are.
Well, if you really want to punish yourself, you go on to the Amityville Horror.
Oh my, yeah, you said there were 16, I think, right?
Apparently so.
All right.
16 plus, I think.
Yeah, I think there's one coming out this year and next year, and it's like, stop, guys! Like, first of all, we found out that there are people actually doing research that they lied. The original family that got that story going lied. You know, because you watch the first Amityville Horror, and it's like being haunted by the spirit of the original dad that killed their children. But that original family, that didn't happen. That was all hoax. So that kind of, like, I know that it's like, okay, well, it's based on whatever, but like, first of all, that just kills the story, in my opinion. And secondly, the first one wasn't good. And I think if you're going to have a horror franchise that has like a lot, like so many sequels, well, if the first one is not good, then I worry about the dozen sequels after that.
Yes.
The Children of the Corn. I said I wanted to say this real quick. So, Children of the Corn, the original, was made in 1984, and I really didn't even like it that much. I thought it was kind of meh. I figured the book's better because, well, that's usually the case. But let me just read out the titles. So we have 1, Children of the Corn. We have Children of the Corn 2, The Final Sacrifice, which is concerning that it's called The Final Sacrifice because it's number 2.
That's also a lie.
Yeah, right. Children of the Corn 3, Urban Harvest. That's actually my favorite, funnily enough, so far. The 3rd one, which is almost unheard of, is my favorite because it's kind of unique. It's so unique in its own like little story. It's so bizarre. I really liked it. Children of the Corn 4, The Gathering. Children of the Corn 5, Field of Terror. Children of the Corn 666, Isaac's Return. Children of the Corn Revelation. Children of the Corn Reboot at 2009. Children of the Corn Genesis. Children of the Corn Runaway. Children of the Corn 2021. Yes, we are getting another one, guys. Yeah, yay! And then there's a short film called Disciples of the Corn.
Wow. See, when you get into reboots rather than sequels, you know the franchise is running out of steam.
Oh yeah. Wait, which franchise are we talking about, Mark? That's a how and a why. Hold on a second. What? How? Why? Are you talking about 16? Because that's also insane. Actually, let me count this real quick. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's like 7, and then I don't know after the reboot if these sequels to the reboot, but 7 Children of the Corn movies. But then there's a reboot, and then there's 3 more after that, and a short film, and one of the 3 is going to be, I think, another reboot in 2021. So that's what I'm talking about when I say, really? Oh, no. Just like cans in the supermarket start like eerie music, and it just zooms in on like these cans in the supermarket. Well, the third one was super interesting, in my opinion. The third one was like, okay, so these two kids were adopted by this family that were kind of from Children of the Corn, although one of them was possessed and one of them was not. The one that wasn't obviously adapted to the inner city living, that they started to go to school and whatnot, and the other one obviously possessed by the corn demon, which is not a lot. It is a corn demon, so it's not like.
Sorry, I just love the idea of a corn demon.
It is a corn demon. That's the funny thing. It's like that's actually an accurate description. It's a corn demon. Because I'm not going to insult Satan by calling it Satan, because okay, let's be real. Satan has better things to do than haunt a fucking section of corn, and who the hell cares, America? I'm serious. Like, there's no way. But yeah, so what ends up happening is it's like they were purposely selected, these foster parents. Somehow they purposely selected them because the dad like markets out, it's like a corn marketer, which is kind of bizarre. Like he tries to get people he works for like a corn company, and he tries to get people to buy this new corn. So there's like this really awful, like it's perfect corn, but of course at the price, right? Where it's like it's the possessed bad corn that cause people to be possessed and like or die, depending on whether I guess you're a children or an adult.
I can think of better things to sell my soul for.
No,
corn.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like, man, it's like, but that's so interesting, you know. But the core concept, and if I like a story, if I like a movie series with a good core concept, I'm usually kind of a stickler. I'll watch them. I won't pay for them, but I'll watch them. And the original idea of Children of the Corn was basically a corn demon kind of gets out, possesses the children, forms like a cult, and they all kill their family. Like that's it. That's a very unique, interesting thing. I give Stephen King credit for that. It evolves or devolves into something else, but I find the third story to be a little bit more interesting. Because you see how it becomes the cult forms within that city. It seems more interesting, and I did enjoy it a lot more. But then you have, I mean, oh my god, there's so many. A rule of thumb for horror movies: if your main villain goes to space, and he or she was not originally from space, you have hit a dead end with your horror movie franchise.
I think I know where you're going with this one. Even though I actually like the film.
Oh no, I love Jason X. Jason X, okay, you can literally fast forward that movie until he gets his armor, and when he gets his armor, just watch from that point forward. You don't need to know anything else. Just watch him get his armor and just go. That's how awful that movie is.
I think also it's arguably got one of the best kills in the
yeah. What is it? Sleep? Is it a sleeping bag? Yeah, definitely a sleeping bag. God damn it. Oh, it's beautiful. It's so funny. And Leprechaun. I've never gotten into the Leprechaun movies, but Leprechaun also went to space. He went to the hood twice, apparently. Yep. I'm not kidding. That's what the movies are called. It's bad. The Leprechaun movies, man. I watched the first one. I think it had Jennifer Aniston in it, and it was awful. And then I found out that they go to space, and that's kind of my rule of thumb with horror movies. Once you go to space, you have run out of ideas. You need to stop. Oh my god! Yep, there it is. There it is. Exactly. Yeah, like, you just wrap these bitches. Sleeping back, just go better.
I do have a soft spot for that film because you can tell they're just not taking it seriously themselves, so you
Yeah,
don't mind.
it's like a Freddy versus Jason. You can tell every single member of the cast was having the time of their life. You can tell is that they're having so much more fun.
Oh, I love that film.
Oh my god, I love it. I wish there was a sequel. Oh my god.
There should have been. It should have been Freddy versus Jason versus Ash. And that would
Oh,
have been
Ash from the Evil Dead?
Ash from the Evil Dead, yeah.
Ugh.
Now, they did the story in comic book form, and the script is available online if you ever want to read it, but they never managed to get it into production, unfortunately.
They could have done, Freddy versus Jason versus Michael. That would have gotten butts and seats. Oh god. But I think it'd been even funnier to see it with Ash, because Ash has been through so much shit. Horrible CGI skeletons in the second one, for instance. That scene, man, I had to rewatch that scene like 10 times when I first saw that movie because I could not stop laughing at it. It's so awful. The effects are so awful in that particular section of the movie that it's charming and hilarious. Like, it's perfect.
Probably not the angle they were going for, but yeah. I would have loved to have seen Robert Englund and Bruce Campbell just face off against each other.
Oh yeah, they both would have loved that. Oh
that would have been funny. And whoever was playing Jason is just got to stand there, basically.
Oh, copyrighted. Oh no.
Oh no.
I said a word. Oh no. You just wait. Copyright law is going to get so bad on here on YouTube that if you say a particular words in a certain order, they're going to copyright you for the lyrics. What would I classify the Dracula film? I actually haven't really watched the Dracula films. I know, shocking. Especially if you know me. The fact that Hellsing Ultimate's my favorite anime of all time. Mm-hmm. You'd think, because I am kind of a big vampire fan, that I would know these. I do not. Do you know these, Purple?
It depends on which ones. I know the Hammer horror films more than the Universal, because Christopher Lee was always my Dracula. But I do love Bela Lugosi as well. But even the Universal films, they kind of got silly because they went on to the comedy with Abbott and Costello meets the Wolfman, and Frankenstein versus Dracula versus somebody else.
Oh no, that sounds like a Sci-Fi Channel original.
Oh, no. Some of them are really good. Some of them are classics. But I always like the Hammer horror films because you had a little bit more blood and boobs. They were a little bit more risque.
Oh no. Boobs. Oh, jeez.
Exactly.
SJW's weakness.
Sometimes you got both at the same time.
Boobs and blood?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Rip. Oh, rip all the SJWs. Oh, there's violence. Oh, there's boobs. Oh no, we can't stand it.
Get the fainting couch. Exactly.
Oh my god. Yeah, clutch the pearls. Oh, oh no.
So now we need Josh to jump on as Brie to get all, indignant about it. Heaving bosoms, exactly, Derek.
Okay, that's the appropriate term, but yeah. Oh my god. Yes. I've seen, okay, so one of the first horror films I saw was the Evil Dead remake. Not one of the best things to initially watch. Because, okay, having watched the original now, and I've watched all three of them, the originals, I don't know why they decided to go this route. And a lot of modern day horror has a tendency to either be jump scares or super gory. Which is really disappointing because you can do so much with the horror genre. It is like the most, you can do anything and it's okay in the horror genre. You don't have to stick to any like logic as far as monsters go. You do need to stick to logic in your like objective storytelling in your narrative. But
that's
like
proof of going to space, yeah.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. It's like, why is Jason going to space?
Reasons.
guess, you know, as long as you stay within the logic of whatever in the confines of the story, I can just roll with it. Because, I mean, he is technically a child that died, that somehow grew up, that is now a zombie, that walks around with a hockey mask and a machete, just killing camp counselors, and for some reason they keep reopening the fucking camp. It's like, man, I mean, we were already kind of losing it at that point.
Yeah. Got to feel sorry for poor Jason June 2020 though, because obviously the camp wouldn't have been open.
Yeah, he's just sitting there, just like, oh.
Rip Jason.
Oh, but the Evil Dead remake is a gore fest. It actually made me gag, which is very difficult to do in a horror movie. But I really also can't handle eye stuff, like stuff involving eyes. I really have a hard time with that. Hair, I also like really nasty, like The Ring, and The Grudge, like the long dark hair. I can't do it. Nope, can't do it. But it's oh god.
I know it's slightly off topic, but what did you think about Ash versus the Evil Dead, the TV series?
I know. I'd
recommend. I think you'd like it. I enjoyed it, at least the first season, very much.
Yeah, I heard really nothing but good things about it, and I've had several people encourage me, but it's like I get around to it. I'm still trying to convince myself to go back to Black Mirror.
Oh yeah,
I watched that first episode, and that was kind of off-putting.
I used to love Black Mirror, but I think it's not what it was.
You know what I'm talking about with the first episode, right?
Yeah.
Yep. That was my introduction, and I tried so hard to watch it. Because I like the format. I like the idea of mini short films for episodes, and it's really interesting. Like they tackle a new thing every single time. It's very, very interesting. But I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. But do yourself a favor if you want to watch Black Mirror. Skip the first episode. That is what one of my dad's coworkers told my dad. I wish I was told that. I wish I was given that advice, because I was just sitting there like, what? Why? What's happening? No, why? Nope. Oh, we're actually going through with this. Oh no, we're going through with this. Oh, I can't see it, but I can hear it. Oh, please stop. No, please, for the love of God, stop this nonsense. Oh my God. Really? Okay. No, I didn't watch Picard.
Yeah, you probably want to skip at least one episode of Picard if you don't like anything to do with eyes.
It's hard. Like Zoom, like anything to do with eyes, but it's like what they do is they know that it bothers me, so they zoom in and get all that stuff. Yeah, like have you seen Brightburn?
Yeah,
that's one that needs sequels. By the way, that's actually the opposite of our topic, which that one needs sequels. All right, you know the scene I'm talking about in the diner?
Yeah,
that was awful. First of all, I don't know why she was like, "Oh, that's stupid! Look at the flickering light. Let me fucking go underneath it and stare straight at it." Well,
that scene takes you out of it anyway, because you wouldn't stand. As soon as it happens, you automatically jerk away.
You jerk away and you shut your eyes. There is no glass does not fall at the speed of light. Okay, it is confined to the 9.8 meters per second squared of gravity. And let me tell you something. You would shut your eyes, so it would have been more likely that it pierced her eye through her eyelid. But yeah, no, they give you a close-up shot of that, and also she's looking around, and the piece of fucking glass is just sticking out of her eye, and it's like, oh, thank you, movie. Thanks, movie. That was a good movie, by the way. They really do need sequels, and they hinted at sequels.
Yes, it was a good film.
Yeah,
not what I expected, but in a good way.
I mean, you don't usually. The ending kind of was like, whoa. And Elizabeth Banks rocked that movie. She did an excellent job with that. But I don't usually ask a movie to have sequels, because generally speaking, if a movie doesn't get a sequel, there's a reason. Like, I do not want it. I don't want a sequel for Inception because it will literally destroy the ending of the movie. If you give it a sequel.
Yeah. Same
And
with Shawshank Redemption, for example.
yes, I haven't seen it, but I've seen the Family Guy episode, and I've seen enough of it that I know what happens. But I agree. Yeah, I don't need to know what happens. After he gets out, like I just don't. I don't need to know. But anyway, back to unnecessary sequels. There's a lot of.
Yeah. So when we were first talking about it, I was thinking, no, there can't be that many. And then I kind of looked into it and I was like, oh no, there's so many. So the one that sprung to mind immediately for me, completely changing the genre, is Toy Story 4.
Oh God, I forgot about that. And I think so do most other people. Thank goodness.
Yeah. Watched it once. I was like, why?
I watched the Fat Mini of it because I couldn't stand to actually watch. I knew it was going to be bad because 3 ended with it was perfect. 3 ended perfectly. And all of a sudden there's a 4th one. And all of a sudden Bo Peep's back. And all of a sudden she's not wearing her pink frilly dress anymore. And then she looks like she knows karate now for some fucking reason. And I'm just like, what is happening? What is going on? The ending. But I know what happens in the ending, and the ending makes me angry. Anybody who knows Toy Story and has grown up with it, because I literally grew up with those movies. Like when I was going off to college, Toy Story 3 came out. That movie series, like it spoke to me like on a different level because that 3rd one, I almost would have said that it was unnecessary, but the movie made it necessary. You know what I mean? Like it perfectly ended it. And then they gave us a 4th one. And it was like, no, what are you doing? Stop,
Disney. Well, Disney have a habit of doing that. They seem very few of the Disney sequels live up to. I mean, I think Toy Story was kind of like the one-off where they had 3 great films.
Yeah, they made 3 unnecessary Star Wars movies that nobody asked for. So, there's some unnecessary sequels. Although I don't think any of us would be here talking to each other had they not made those. So I guess in a weird way, thanks. For all of your friendships and all these new people that we all know and we love and we hang out with every day. We had to sacrifice Star Wars for it. No. But yes, Disney's unnecessary sequels. You touch on that. Does anyone realize how many fucking sequels there are to all the original Disney movies?
Oh yes.
Disney animated movies.
Disney just can't help themselves. It's like they hit on something and then they've just got to churn out direct to DVD or VHS as it was back in the day, a sequel. Because I think Little Mermaid had sequels. Beauty
How did you know I clicked on that? You fucking mind readers.
Goes back to being a vampire.
Oh, yep, she is a vampire.
But pretty much every big hit that they had animated wise, they decided to milk. So they just churned out a bunch of sequels. And a lot of them actually had TV series as well that came with them. Because I remember Aladdin had a TV series. What else had a TV series that I used to watch?
Little Mermaid on Disney Channel.
Oh god, I forgot about that one.
Yep. Oh, Little Mermaid franchise. Oh no. Hold on, I gotta share my screen. Oh god. Hold on. Oh no. I didn't realize it was a franchise. Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a Pandora's box of Nope.
Oh hell, look at this.
And it just keeps on going. Oh
look. This is it.
Stage musical, video games.
Did anybody know about this? Are we just not finding out about this?
Look, I know the live action one's supposed to be coming that nobody asked for.
Pinball Frenzy, nice. So there's 3 movies. There's the live action film that's happening. I'm glad that we're now calling it live action remake. I appreciate that. We have television, There's a musical, there's video games, printed adaptations. Anybody know about this? This is
Nope.
no, I didn't either.
Thanks, Disney.
Thanks? Question mark.
And I love The Little Mermaid. It's probably one of my favorite animated films.
Yeah, like I idolized Ursula when I was young. When I was like 5. I had to get like an Ursula plushie because I idolized that girl so much.
How hard was that to find?
My parents, it took fucking forever to find because there's no like the surge of adoring the villains hadn't quite hit yet. That hit around, I would say, my middle school years into like middle school to high school, maybe mainly high school, because this is gonna be kind of funny. Funnily enough, I'm hashtag blame Loki, the MCU Loki, for bringing about this love for villains that kind of started taking over. Funny as it is, it kind of makes me think of like after that, maybe Tumblr. Do we blame Tumblr? I'm blaming Tumblr instead of Loki. We're blaming Tumblr.
I'd blame Tumblr for a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to have a Tumblr.
I've seen it. I've never joined.
Yeah, well, I had a Tumblr until 2016, and you can guess why I left Tumblr.
I'm just going to address Chrissy's comments. He said, wait, Purple, how do they have a sequel to The Little Mermaid? Doesn't everyone die at the end? She's supposed to turn into foam, right?
Oh.
If they did film that, I would watch it.
Oh, yes.
Just to see people's heads explode.
Yep, the Grimm fairy tales version. Oh my god.
You want a happy ending? No.
Lol. Let's see. Oh, I'm trying to think. What other one? So Little Mermaid's really bad. But
the one that I grew up, it's not Disney, but it has so many unnecessary sequels from a film that was awesome, was The Land Before Time.
Oh my god, Land Before Time, 20 fucking 8. There you go. Oh, I remember those. It's traumatizing to watch those when you're like super young. Because the first one, it's kind of intense. A
little bit. Yeah.
A little bit. Oh Lord.
I loved the film. It was awesome.
No.
But yeah, I cried. Not gonna lie. And then just the sequels happened and kept happening, and are probably still happening to this day. I don't know.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Totally forgot about Land Before Time. Oh my god.
Good morning, Starry.
Oh, hey, Starry. What's up?
Good afternoon. Sorry.
Oh my god. See,
I really am on US time.
Yep, she's
weird. Look at that list.
Hello, Starry. Yep, look at this. Oh, it gets worse. Just wait. So, this is the original plot, which is like it's a friendship of dinos, and they raise a carnivorous baby, and then they survive all this. Oh. One of these things is not like the other.
What were you saying about going into space?
Oh no! The dinos went to space. Jesus. It does. It holds true. I swear it does.
Is that the new Jumping the Shark going into space?
Yeah. When your movie does not have anything to do with space, and it goes to space, you're something wrong. Something has gone terribly, terribly wrong. But I didn't even realize they went into space. So yeah, these are all the Land Before Time movies.
And this is still a film about dinosaurs, yes?
Yes. Big Freeze, Invasions of the Tinosaurus. I'm guessing that. Yeah, these are 14. Oh, the latest one was 2016.
Oh, thank God. Somebody, please tell me they took the franchise away.
All right, well, there's no more movies. There's a TV series. There's video games. For some reason. Oh, characters. Oh no. Oh, look at all these reoccurring characters.
This has got a bigger cast than Game of Thrones.
I swear to God, it does. I would watch a Land Before Time.
Don't give them ideas. They'll start up and
Well, speaking of traumatizing movies, just for a brief moment, Black Cauldron was absolutely fucking traumatizing to watch when I was little, and Brave Little Toaster.
yes.
There is
And
like
have you ever seen Secrets of Nim? The Secret of Nim.
No, I didn't.
Oh, that's a good one.
No, but Brave Little Toaster talks about suicide. It's a kid's movie because the toaster falls into a bathtub of water, which is a very
Yeah, they got away with a lot, didn't they?
yeah. It's that's sometimes they portray that in movies, but it's like I don't think that's people don't do that. Don't just throw their toasters in the fucking bathtub. Just my opinion, but it would be better, honestly. Although I don't want to tempt them to make it worse. So, oh my god, but yeah, Black Cauldron. Oh, that movie. Whew. It scared the hell out of me. It's borderline a horror movie.
Yeah, it's definitely it was one of those ones that Disney kind of made and then seemed to wish they hadn't made because it just disappeared off the radar for years and years. But it's a great film. John Hurt voices the Horned King. I was trying to remember. And he said Skeleton King. No, it's the Horned King.
Yeah. It is like to watch that as a kid, it's just like holy hell. It did scare the living hell out of me. Read the books. Read what? Oh god, hold on, wait. What books? For what?
The Cauldron. Black Cauldron.
Oh my god, sorry. I thought he was talking about Land Before Time books. I was like, no.
Mark's probably writing them at the moment. He's seen a gap in the market.
Roxas. Oh, there's albums. Look, there's albums.
So there's a best of album.
Why is there? I don't even like. Okay, well now I want to see. Hold on. The Great Day of the Flyers. Hold on, let's see. Is this the one? What's the one with the aliens? I want to see the alien invasion.
Yes.
I want to know what this is. Is that the invasion?
That sounds like that would be the invasion one.
Okay. Am I just missing it? Because I'm curious. I need to know. I need to know the alien.
The Black Cauldron is by American writer Lloyd Alexander, and it's the Chronicles of Peardane. I think Mark's right. I think Black Cauldron's the second book in the series.
Okay.
I think I've got it. I think the Black Cauldron is actually a really small, short book. Sorry.
No, it's great.
Just click back on, and that's the first comment I see. Like, no.
Oh no. Fossil fuels, the Land Before Time. I don't know. I don't know which one it is, but that is insane. Encountering aliens.
I think it's got to be the invasion one.
I just looked at it. It's not.
Huh.
No, I don't think so. I'm not seeing aliens.
You know what we should do? Watch it and then review it.
We should do that. Land Before Time aliens. Oh, it's 7. I would not have guessed 7, but we've gone down a rabbit hole. But you got to understand, this is a movie about kid dinos, and for some reason, it has aliens in it. Oh dear. Uh-oh.
Plot. That's being generous.
I think it is.
But it's such a shame because, like we said, the first film was so good. The characters were great. You know, the way they journeyed together. It ended where it should have ended. They got to the Great Valley. They did it.
Yeah, it was like what the kids went through was pretty damn traumatizing. They're called the aliens are called rainbow faces. Okay.
All right.
Huh. Beyond the mysterious beyond. These are dinosaurs? They can't do like basic algebra, let alone understand the concept of aliens.
I think we should review it for the meme.
No, I need to do it. Okay. Okay. You're going to write that down. Watch.
But sticking with the animated, another one that popped into my head just Shrek.
Oh no.
I love the first film.
Mhm.
Rest of them, nope.
Well, let's see. Shrek. The second one was, the third one it was like, oh no. Showtimes for Shrek. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Who's showing Shrek?
I don't want to dox myself, but like, yeah, there's showtimes for Shrek today or yesterday. Why? No, on the 28th. Oh, I know what they're doing. Okay, so movie theaters are opening up on the 28th, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what they're going to start doing, because there's like no movies being released, is that they're going to show old movies. That makes sense, right? That's logical.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah,
How
the
would you
particular
Shrek?
film I'd go see.
How would you
Yeah.
see Shrek? Like, I'd go see like some of my favorites that I never got to actually experience in the theater, like Alien. I would love to see
Yes.
Alien in the theater.
Star
You can
Wars.
never get the room quite dark enough, and the screen's never that big enough. Yeah, to actually like experience it in the theater, because it is an experience. No. Oh no, we got the Shrek franchise thing again. That's always worrying.
That
Oh no. Okay. All right. Uh-oh. Oh no.
always gets me worried when I hear that. It's like, oh no, what have they done?
What haven't they done?
But I loved the first Shrek film. It was clever. It was well written. You know,
Mhm.
it was self-aware. It was
Yeah.
a brilliant take on the trope of fairy tales.
Mhm. Holy Jesus. What does this mean? Future films? What does this mean? What is this?
Oh, and I completely forgot that there was the Puss in Boots spin-off.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
No.
yeah, that was a film.
A fifth film could no, it could be. It shouldn't be though.
To be fair, we could say that about a lot of things that we're going to talk about. It's like it happened, but should have. Yeah.
TBA. It should not. It should just say NF for nah fam. That's what it should say. Just stop. Please stop. In 2018, it's reported by Variety that this dude had been taxed to be the executive producer for Will Shrek. They have an executive producer. Oh no. Oh, and there's a second Puss in Boots movie. Stop it. Well, I scroll down for like half a second, and then I see karaoke dance party. Why won't they stop?
There's got to be somebody out there that loves this, but yeah, Shrek's Yule Log. No.
6 minutes.
Oh no, they did shorts and specials for
Yeah.
holidays.
They did a Michael Jackson Thriller music video parody for some odd reason. What does that say? Deceased characters. Oh, okay. All right. Spoilers for anybody who's really that into Shrek.
See, I think they just had more fun coming up with the titles. Look, Shrek the Halls, Scared Shrekless.
Oh my god, I'm just looking at this.
And all of this came from one book. I think the book actually got a sequel, if I remember correctly, but that was down the line.
Okay, Internet fandom. That's not clicking on that. Attractions, comics, musicals, video games. We have television series, television specials, short films, feature films for some odd reason, and the main series films.
So I think at this point the question's got to be, who runs a franchise into the ground harder, Disney or Universal?
I don't know. I have to say, you don't see Universal like coming up. Does Universal own Pixar? Is that or
This is
Pixar?
Universal.
No,
Universal owns Shrek.
but no, I'm saying, does Universal own Pixar?
No, Disney owns Pixar.
Oh, rip. All right. Sorry, Pixar. I was gonna say, I was like, well, Universal hasn't like fucked with any of its animated movies, right? And then you see this, and you're just like, okay. And then you start thinking about all the Disney ones, and I forgot about this one. Hold on. When I was like in middle school, I like idolized Jasmine from Jasmine and wow, I'm blanking on her name. Meg from Hercules.
Oh, I love Meg.
She's also Hercules is probably my favorite. But I say that I also love Lion King, and I love Atlantis and Emperor's New Groove and Treasure Planet and all those. Man, it's like so good.
I know it's probably going to be a horrible question, but how mad were you when they announced a live-action Hercules?
Okay, let me explain. I used to watch a show called Once Upon a Time. And I stopped watching that stupid fucking show because they did a Hercules. Hercules portion. Because what Once Upon a Time does is they take the Disney fairy tales and they turn them into real life people. And they're all together. So it's like one big universe, right? It's fascinating. Absolutely love me some Regina. She is fucking awesome. But I'd kind of gotten to the point, this was season 5, I kind of got to the point where it stopped. Where I'd stopped watching it. And I'm explaining this for a reason, because I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So they decided to do Hades, throw Hades in there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to see what the Hades looked like? Because this is all I think about when I hear that live action Hercules thing happening. This is all I think about.
Is this going to be traumatic?
It's going to be traumatic.
Hit me. Go on. I can take it.
Are you sure?
No, unfortunately I'm not.
So.
Oh, no. Why?
This is what they did to my boy Hades.
Oh.
This is what they did.
See, now I've got that line. Oh my god, I can't. That's it.
So when I hear live action Hercules movie,
Rip.
I think this. And I think, don't do it. Don't do it. I know you have a bigger budget. I get it. That doesn't mean you need to do it.
Yeah, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Put it away. Put it away.
Oh my god. Yeah, now I've got that line from Godfather. Look how they massacred my boy.
Hey, Lady Mist. I'm sorry that this is the first image that you see when you're walking.
Chris, is that Jeff Dunham?
Oh no. Also, I'm on the fandom, like the wiki fandom for this, and it's so funny. It says crimes and it's 3 question marks. Oh no.
What is that, Lady Miss? That is just an abomination. That's what that is.
Okay, so Once Upon a Time is a TV show that took all the Disney villains or all the Disney characters and turned them real and had them all trapped together without their memory.
Mm-hmm.
And they had like different names and different lives and shit. And
it started off strong though, didn't it? Because it had a really good cast. I think Robert
really
Carlyle was in it.
Robert Carlyle was Rumpelstiltskin, amazing. Annapurna played like the best evil, like made the evil queen from the Snow White stories actually like way better. Cruella de Vil was pretty kick-ass. I even liked their Ursula was pretty awesome. Wasn't a big fan of their Maleficent. I wish they would have had that Maleficent, but with the budget of like the Disney movies. I think it would have been fine. But yeah, it was pretty awesome. Like their cast was solid. Actually, fun fact: the guy who plays Prince Charming, like Snow White's husband, the guy who plays Prince Charming is in the Thor movies. Remember the guy? There's one character in the Thor movies that gets swapped out every movie, but no one notices it. It's Fandral, I think his name is. He's one of the Warriors 3.
Oh yeah.
He's not the dwarf. He's not the
blonde one.
It's the blonde one, and he's a different. He's done by a different actor in every single movie, and no one notices it. But he was one of them. So yeah, it's awful. It's really, really awful. It's yeah. This was their take on Hades, and I saw that shit, and I was like, no,
I'm out.
Well, it really started to hurt. When you had I really didn't like season 5. They made Captain Hook a little bitch. It was just awful. And then he goes down the underworld and they're like, we're gonna save him, lol. And I was like, okay. And then oh my god, what was it? It was yeah, so later that season, then they have Hercules and Snow White apparently had a secret past together for some fucking reason. I don't know why we needed to know that Hercules and Snow White hooked up. Oh, and they made Hercules like this little bitty boy, like from high school, like this little high school boy. It was just like, okay. And he's not like, when you think of Hercules, you're just like, whoa, Hercules, right? Like the rock style. Right?
Yeah.
No, that's not what he was, like at all. And then they make Hades this. This is Hades. So when I think of live action Hercules remake, this is what I think of. This is exactly what I think of. And it's like, why?
Yeah. Hades is synonymous with James Woods.
Yes. So you cannot have Hades without, and do not give me a CGI Hades either. Just don't make the movie.
Just don't do it. No.
You're going to make although, you know what's funny is in this day and age, they would actually probably give us the most accurate portrayal of Zeus. Because Zeus was fucking awful. they did not accurately portray him in the Hercules movie. Like, oh, he's my boy, he's so great. It was just like, yeah, one of like 1,000.
Yeah.
Zeus was like, he'd fuck anything. So that's an unnecessary sequel that we're gonna get, or remake, I guess, whatever. It's unnecessary, and this is why. This is why we are anti-Disney Hercules movie remake, because of this abomination. And let me tell you something, there's absolutely no reason that this it's going to look better than this. No way. There's no way this is going to look better. Because they're either going to go full CGI, which is going to be a horror movie, if they CGI that version of Hades. And then it's hold on a second. We have a possible replacement for Hercules. One that I might actually watch that.
I can get behind that, yeah.
I can get behind that, yeah. And then we get Bizarro Rock. Bizarro Rock can be Hades.
See, we could film it ourselves.
We just light Bizarro Rock on fire. Turn the flame blue.
Yeah. Just paint him blue and just a little bit of lighter fuel.
Yeah.
Oof, there he goes.
Yeah. If Hades isn't James Woods, why even try? Okay, well, I asked the same question when they made it didn't let Jeremy Irons voice Scar. I know why they did that. Because apparently, and I know this is going to come as a shock for everybody, because these lions live in Africa, they had to have a whole black cast. White Africans apparently don't exist. Because in order
Yeah.
to live in Africa, apparently it is required for you to be black. You can't be any other race. It's not like it's a geographical location where anyone on the fucking planet, regardless of what your race is, can live there. No, apparently not.
If that was the case, I'd say what happened with Beauty and the Beast then, because that was very multicultural.
Yeah, let me get a France small town in France, and have a British actress who can't sing to be Belle. That was a mistake. That's what that was. Good lord. Ugh.
Hey there, Positive Candor.
Oh, hey! What's up, dude? Great googly moogly, everyone. I think that's an appropriate response for a picture. Like this picture on there. But
yeah, that's pretty much.
God, I hate it. I hate stupid. Let's see. I'm trying to find.
And I'm gonna have to
Yep.
agree with Speaker. Us or them, because.
Oh, that's a little racist. Yeah, no, I think it is racist to just assume that when someone's from Africa that it's required to be black.
Mm-hmm.
You do realize, y'all, that Idris Elba is black and he's British. What? Is he not allowed to come from Britain because he's black? And like, when you generally think of English people, I know I'm English explaining, but when you think of English people, generally speaking, they're white, right? It's like, but people can live in different locations because, well, it's a different geographical location. You're not required to be a certain race in order to be there. You know.
But that's acting in 2020, isn't it?
Yeah. You must be the exact thing in order to be this. And it's like, man, that is like, oh my God, stop it.
I think we've squirreled hard on this.
No.
Should we?
We haven't squirreled hard. We're still generally.
We're generally. We're
like,
talking. It's still an unnecessary sequel if you do a live action. Even one that might not happen, but is, let's face it, probably going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of sweeps up in the remakes too, but I mean, in a way, remakes are sequels. In a way, they kind of are, because they're never exactly the same, which it's kind of like, well, is it an alternate universe type of thing? You know, I kind of stick remakes almost under sequels. And sometimes even vice versa, or sometimes I stick sequels under remakes, because you're telling the same story, just different things are happening. Especially when you get further down the line and they lose track and they try. You'll see that some franchises will they take like a hard right turn trying to get back into their franchise land, and then just good example of that is Force Awakens. They tried. They just remade A New Hope, but worse. So, like I said, that's like a hard right trying to get back on track is what people wanted. When instead you just kind of come out with a weaker version of a movie you already made, but you're calling it like a sequel when technically it's supposed to go under remake. It gets a little complicated. I'm just sick of all of it.
Yeah, would you say that a remake, if it's a direct, like note for note of the original, would you say it's completely void of merit? You know, they just copy what's been done before, but as an updated version. See, a remake you can take and you can use it to kind of make it slightly different and give it a different spin on the same story. But a remake that just is like note for note from a film that happened 20 years ago just seems completely redundant.
Yes. I was thinking about this earlier. Unnecessary sequels is kind of a more broad category. Like when you think of unnecessary, you do think of like things that have so many sequels, it's insane. But unnecessary sequels also, like the other day, or maybe it was a couple weeks ago, I was at my parents' house and they have cable. I do not, because I'm a millennial. And so when you have something paused, like you can pause live TV now, which is kind of cool. when you have that pause, there's kind of like a screensaver thing that comes up, and it like cycles through all these like obviously like landscape pictures, but then it also gives you little news things down in the left hand corner.
Mhm.
And one of the news things said that there's going to be a sequel to Dirty Dancing. It's like,
Oh dear.
why though? Like that's an unnecessary sequel.
Who asked
And
for that?
yeah, and this new Top Gun movie, even though it looks like it's going to be pretty authentic, like really,
Mhm.
they're actually going the extra mile um, to make it kind of a worthy sequel. But I still file it under the unnecessary sequels category because
Mhm.
if you're going to do a sequel, don't you think you would have done it sooner? You know?
Yes. Well, I would have said that about the remake of the original Nightmare on Elm Street. I
Oh
know
yeah.
we touched on that when we did the horror,
Mhm.
but waste of a good actor, and it didn't bring anything to the table,
No,
and kind of missed the point of the original as well.
Freddy has Freddy stands out from the big trinity, the big three of the 80s slasher horror movie villains, right? Which is Michael, Jason, and Freddy. Those are the three. And technically, I think a couple weren't in the 80s. They're kind of classified as 80s. Um, at least, yeah, that's what I think of it as. But oh, sorry, saw Cole's comment. God damn it. Oh, no. But I was talking about. Oh
Not
yeah,
with the beer bug, Colin. No one's
yeah,
allowed to be you have to be 6 feet apart.
yeah, right. Oh no. It's what's it called? Oh, by the way, Colin, in order for us to talk about that, those movies would actually have to come out. Oh, don't tell me you're gonna make 20 sequels and don't even make one. Like, shut up. Shut up, James Cameron. Shut up. Um, let's see, what was I talking about?
Just
Oh yeah. Hmm?
sorry.
What?
So James Cameron will make the film, but it would be like on a flip book. It'll just be there colouring it in, and he'll just flick it in front of the camera, and there's your sequel.
Yeah, it'll just be like their oh what are they called? It's not storyline, it's storyboard.
Storyboard, yeah.
Storyboards, line them up and just zoom in and then like, there's not even cuts, it's just all done in one take. Um, oh, it's so bad. And Freddy stood out from those other two because those two are pretty much faceless. They're faceless, unkillable demon men with giant knives and a machete and masks. Like they're pretty similar. Different stories, obviously. But oh, hey, Kaylee Chow, what's up? What is up? The Freddy was different because he actually had a personality. No, he
Mhm.
actually said something. It was funny. The I'm not talking about not Wes Craven's New Nightmare. That was actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, I really like that one. A lot of people slate it, but I thought it brought, an interesting twist.
Yeah, it basically, if anyone who doesn't know, Wes Craven's New Nightmare is the idea that a demonic entity decides to take on the look of Freddy, and it's in like the real world, and he goes after the main actress from the first one. I think Johnny Depp had a little bit too much star power, so he couldn't really look at it. 'Cause yes, Johnny Depp is in the first Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah,
Um,
it is.
and then Robert Englund, he comes after Robert Englund, and Wes Craven himself, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting, very very fascinating concept. But the one Purple's talking about is the what is it? What's it called? It's just called Nightmare on Elm Street.
It's just called Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, it's the one. I can't remember when the damn thing came out. Hold on.
2000 something, I think, right?
Yeah, is it 2009?
That sounds about right. I mean, what is okay? So all these remakes, if you
2010. Sorry.
yeah, all these remakes seem to have come out in the 2000s. And I don't mean like 2000s and then 2010s. I mean in like the millennium, not in the 1900s, but in the 2000s. A lot of that kind of started a lot of remakes.
Mm-hmm. Not only that, it was a waste of a great actor because Jackie Earle Haley is
No.
a talented actor.
If you stuck him kind of like that, but it wasn't Nightmare on Elm Street, and it wasn't supposed to be playing Freddy. That's a horrifying movie. It's not Freddy because, well, Freddy's funny. He's a very morbid, very dark sense of humor, and it's hilarious actually. It's just so annoying to not only make and not just that movie, but the Halloween remake. I'm not talking about the Halloween one with Jamie Lee Curtis that came out recently. I'm talking about like the Halloween remake where they gave us, Mike Myers came from like a super white trash like family where like the dad was super abusive and the mom was a prostitute. It's like that's not at all what happened. Michael Myers is a sociopath, like almost demon possessed. So he's kind of the Antichrist almost. In the way that they kind of portray him, is like he's this unkillable, unstoppable killing machine that has no conscience, that doesn't care, and will slowly walk towards you until he kills you. Basically, he doesn't even need to die.
See, on paper, that should have been a good film because it was by Rob Zombie, who is well known for horror films.
Oh yeah,
but it just fell flat. It's like,
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me take this off. Hold on. I scared the crap out of Liz. She's like, no, it's still there. Sorry, go ahead. All right, sorry, continue. I thought that was really fun. I didn't even realize I still had it up. Go ahead.
You just sort of bleached it from your mind, didn't you? Yeah, do you think being from Rob Zombie, because he's well versed in horror films, he would have known how to make a good one? But it just fell flat, and it had a good cast, even.
Yeah, no, I agree wholeheartedly. It had the bye, Chris. Bye. A good one, man. Yeah, it had a great cast. It had potential, like the what's it called? I'm blanking. The sets were amazing. The lighting was amazing. The music was amazing. Everything about that movie was amazing. It didn't need to be a Freddy movie. That was like the main problem. Was it was a Freddy movie. If it wasn't a Freddy movie, it could have been fine. It could have been a really good horror movie that stood on its own. So no, you had to take all the personality out of Freddy and just make him scary. It's like, no, it's not.
Well, it wasn't even scary. They touched on, what was only hinted at in the original, and they kind of dragged it into the light where we didn't really need that side of him shown because just hinting at it was enough.
I
was like,
yeah.
Thanks for that, guys.
Part of the horror, and I think I've talked about this before, but part of the horror of the original Nightmare on Elm Street is you don't actually know whether or not he committed those crimes. He was, arrested, and there are allegations, but he got off on like a technicality, and supposedly that technicality was on purpose that he got off, so that the parents could go in and kill him themselves for vengeance. But I think it's more horrifying that he didn't do it. It's like they just burned an innocent man, and like they created this like horrifying like monster that played all the children of the people that burned him. Not knowing, and instead of it being, he was a child molester. Like, I think it's more horrifying for him not to have been, and out of pure vengeance of basically the death of an innocent man, became that monster. I think that's way more horrifying.
Yes, because then you've got the twist of, yeah, it's a revenge film, not just, it's almost justified, but not to that extent.
Yeah. It's just, I think it's way worse. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, you want to say something?
No, I've just pulled up a list of sequels and one just kind of sprung out at me that made me laugh.
Oh, do you want to you can screen share it, right?
Oh no, you wouldn't want to show it. But I can tell you what it is. It's the Home Alone films.
Oh, I forgot about those. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
First one was good. Second one was, and then there's. It happens a lot in movies. I feel like it's first one, yay. Second one, yay, and then third one's like, oh no, and it's like, oh stop, and then it just gets worse. You're just like, please end this, end this now. Let's see. Oh, hello, Darth Monkey Orath, and I said hi to Speaker. Hey, Speaker, and Project Storytime.
Hello.
What is up, my dude? God damn. Home Alone. God, good movie. I think it gets a little messed up if you think about it too hard.
Yeah.
Because man, those parents are super abusive. like that whole family is like awful.
Yes.
It's kind of a really messed up movie.
I actually love the fan theories that came from the Home Alone, like Kevin grew up to be Jigsaw. I just found that to be hilarious.
Oh my god, I never heard that one. Are you serious?
Really? Seriously, yeah.
You know what? I can see it. I can actually see it. That's amazing. Yeah, I can see that. It makes sense because those are some intricate traps.
It just makes the sequels just that much more interesting. It's like, oh, yeah.
I like that. And I'm gonna have to rewatch Home Alone with the idea of him becoming Saul. That's amazing. Yeah, it's no secret that I absolutely adore the Saw franchise and all of its faults.
That's a sequel that needs to be made.
Yeah, right. And it's funny, yeah. You could basically say Saw, in my opinion, saves itself from being having unnecessary sequels because they actually managed to keep a cohesive storyline, and use cohesive lightly. It's a very old glue that's partially dried, but it's cohesive. It's a cohesive storyline throughout, so they're all connected. So, like the storyline that happens one after the other, that's kind of happening in the background, actually does fit together in all the movies, fairly well. Like most franchises, kind of get off track, like really, really hard, and it's. Saul manages to keep it all together. Even the kind of the reboot that was happening, the movie Jigsaw, which should have become just the new wave, right? Nope, they cut it off, and now they're doing Spirals. And yes, I'm going to go see that movie. I'm going to go see that movie, and I'm reviewing it.
Yeah, I actually really like the Saw films, I've got to admit. And,
yeah, right.
They're over the top, and but they know it, so they just kind of go with it, and it's fine. Of that, and they did what they did with the Nightmare on Elm Street films by keeping the same actor as the main villain. Tobin Bell throughout the films holds it together.
Oh yeah, easily the best character. Easily, like that is his that's like his Jack Sparrow, right? Like the iconic role he will be known as forever. Same with Robert Englund. He will always be Freddy, and you can try to replace Freddy, but it's like, go ahead and try. I dare y'all. Disney, I dare you. Go ahead and try to replace Darth Vader. Go ahead and try to replace James Earl Jones. Go for it. And I say that to the Transformers movies too. Try and make Peter Cullen not Optimus Prime, because I think he did that one time and it didn't end very well.
Yes. Well, that and they didn't have Frank Welker from the beginning as Megatron.
Oh, that's true.
It's like, something's missing here.
Yep. Nope. Right.
Not that I don't like. Oh God, what's his name? He played V.
Well, that's a proper Irishman, right? Paul. Paul apparently is dragging Derek back to the pub, so I say not the proper Irishman.
Hugo Weaving. That's it. I can never remember his name.
Oh,
Even though I
yes,
love V. Yep.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He was good as Megatron,
Mm-hmm.
but he didn't have the chemistry that Frank Welker and Peter Cullen have.
Yeah. And I was like, I love Hugo Weaving, obviously, being the big fan of V for Vendetta that I am. But not the same. Not the same. Let's see. Oh, ooh, I remember what I was gonna do now. Oh man, another lovely. God, I really hate seeing the word franchise next to them. Aladdin, yay!
Oh, another one that had a spin-off TV series.
Oh, look at this. Anyone see this? Y'all see this? Why? Why?
Why does Prince Anders need a spin-off? Wasn't there a huge uproar about that character?
I don't know. I didn't see the movie.
Oh, bless you. I
What,
wish I had.
2019? No, I saw Will Smith. Robin Williams was not Genie. I don't go see. Sorry. But just like, yeah, Robin Williams is dead. Yep. So, and man, when I saw that trailer with Will Smith as the Genie, and I was like, no.
I'm out.
No. No. That. But I don't understand. I don't know why we needed an Aladdin sequel. I don't know why we have a spin-off. I don't know why we're having another spin-off about the genies. It's like, no.
Genies? I thought the whole point of the genie that there was only one at a time.
Apparently not. And oh, God damn. Okay, this is what you don't do, y'all. Do not follow the alien. What's it called? Do not follow the playbook for the Alien movies. Okay. Do not go back and start making a whole bunch of fucking movies about like this unnecessary backstory and like information just dump over creatures that we just didn't need to know everything about in order to love them.
Yes, falling down the rabbit hole of your own lore.
Exactly. That's what Alien did with Prometheus and Covenant. I didn't mind Prometheus because I mean it's really when I watch Prometheus, I like watching it because there's so much Greek mythology lore in there that it makes it enjoyable for me. I have to take it out of my brain that it is an alien movie in order to watch it. And that's how I have to watch it. Which probably actually just makes it worse. Alien Covenant was stupid. And one big problem I had with Prometheus was so these are supposed to be the best and the brightest, right? These are supposed to be the greatest people that humanity has to offer. Why are they all fucking morons? I'm gonna run in the direction of the pillar. And I could run to the right or the left or backwards. I'm gonna run that way.
Just gonna keep running under it. Yep.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. I've been going through the Disney movies, and when I saw that there's like 3 TVA live action films for Aladdin, it's like, stop. You didn't need to make the first one. You didn't need to make 3 other ones either. I
think when you kind of bring it up, it seems that like a lot of the 80s franchises kind of fell into that trap. Like Alien, Predator, Terminator.
Oh yeah. And talk about a necessary sequel. Alien versus Predator Requiem. I don't know why that's an unnecessary sequel, other than the obvious. Because I didn't see anything. Have you ever sat down and watched that movie?
Yes, but not for a long time.
Yeah, because you can't see anything. You literally cannot see what's happening. You know, you can have every light turned off. You can watch it at night. You know, the only thing that's on is your TV screen. You still can't see anything because the movie is so dark. This is why you need like lighting people and cinematographers who know what they're doing and know the tricks to it. Because you can light something and make it dark, but give the audience like what they need, you know, in order to follow what's happening with the oh no. Oh dear. Did I? I haven't read the graphic novel, by the way. So, hold on a second.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you. I love the graphic novel. I actually like V for Vendetta better than Watchmen.
Oh yeah, no, I think that V for Vendetta is far better than Watchmen. That's just my opinion, though. I haven't seen the movie. I tried reading the graphic novel of Watchmen, and kind of stopped. I love, man, I love V for Vendetta. That domino scene, I always reference the domino scene. That domino scene should be like an iconic, like, moment in all of cinema. It is perfect. It is amazing. It is over the top. It is super extra, super dramatic. He had to set all that up. He had to set all of that up, and he just. I love that. That's the level of dramatic that I aspire to be.
I love the fireworks in perfectly timed with the music.
It has the cast is like just all-star cast. Like it's amazing. You have wow, I'm blanking on his name. The newscaster. You know, who did the show. What is his name? I'm blanking. Oh, I feel awful. Oh, why?
And it's Stephen Fry.
Yes, Stephen Fry. I was like, I kept wanting to say Ricky Gervais, and that's not his name. But Natalie Portman, funnily enough, I thought she was okay. I don't think she like. I've heard different things about her. I'll put it that way.
I thought she did a pretty good Evie. I mean, considering it was one of her first roles, and it's quite a demanding role.
Yes, I think the best kind of sold me as Evie was well, I mean, Hugo Weaving nailed the like, and I don't need the graphic novel to tell me that. I know he did because, well, it's just the way, the flair, the way he did it. It was just like that. That's me. I know that's me. There's no way that that's not. You know, he had the flair. He just got into it, and he just it's like exploding with like this like theatrical kind of performance. And Natalie Portman's Evie. When and she steps outside and she's like quote unquote being rebirthed in the rain. V was rebirthed in fire. It's an awesome parallel. But anyway, I can go on for hours about that movie.
Yeah, we should do a review of that as well.
Oh, yeah.
One thing I would point out is that she did get her hair shaved.
Oh yeah, on screen like that when she was getting her head shaved. That I was like, well, I hope this is a good take. Yeah, that's always a. It's like when Karen Gillan shaved her head for Nebula. She didn't have to, but she did, and that kind of just elevates my respect for the person. Just to really follow through with it like that, you know, it's kind of like, okay, all right, you're willing to go that extra mile in order to do that. You didn't have to, but I respect that. But necessary sequels, man.
Well, we touched on the one earlier where we brought up Transformers. I'd say everything past, well, even the first Transformers, I don't really think needed to be
No.
made.
I didn't need Shia LaBeouf. I never needed Shia LaBeouf to go through like a teenaged angst meltdown for like 3/4 of the movie. All right, I just didn't need to see Shia LaBeouf go through that. Thank you guys.
Weirdly enough, though, I did actually enjoy the Bumblebee movie.
I heard good things about it. I never got to go see it. I was planning on seeing it. Just because they had G1 Optimus Prime, like real, like that's what Optimus Prime looked like, and it was like, oh, okay. I didn't mind Optimus Prime in the Transformers movies, just because like, hey, you got Peter Cullen, all right, cool, I'm down with that. It's fine. But man, and I like the animation. I like the CGI animation of them like becoming, actually transforming. I thought that was pretty cool. I thought the noises, they actually followed through and got the actual noises. I thought that was pretty good. I just think I don't think Michael Bay was a fan of Transformers. And you don't have to be a fan, but at least do your research before you start doing that.
Yeah, I think it was just a franchise that he thought would make money with. One that he didn't, like you say, he wasn't particularly a fan of, he didn't particularly care for.
Yeah.
And
One
he
thing.
Michael Bay'd the hell out of it.
Yes, he did. Something I heard, and I can't remember who I heard this from, so this might just be made up, but I'm pretty sure this is real. So, one thing I heard was apparently when Michael Bay was doing casting, Peter Cullen came in to do Optimus Prime. And Michael Bay was like, nope, that's not Optimus Prime. I wasn't going to give him the role. It's like, do you know? And apparently, like, one of the people he was with was like, do you know who that is? He was like, no. Like, should I?
Oh, I hope that's not real.
I'm pretty sure.
Why do I get the feeling it probably is?
Yeah, right. I was like, oh no. And one thing I do have to say about the Transformers movies, the music. I actually have some of that music, and I love that music. Arrival to Earth, that piece, particularly when they're all kind of arriving on the Earth. I know, but it gives me goosebumps. So, props movie.
Yeah, I think, like you say, if it had had a better director, I think it could have been, a fantastic franchise.
Yeah. No, it did get me. It did get me into the Transformers. That's why I'm a little soft on some of these. It did get me into Transformers, just like Star Trek 2009 got me into Star Trek. I get a little soft just because it did introduce me to the good stuff. But not everyone's like that. Not everyone will go looking into the franchise. It's like, I didn't like this movie, so why would you bother to continue going?
Yeah.
It's oh, and by the way, hello, Jedi Bill.
Hi, Jedi Bill.
I wish I could say that these unnecessary sequels were made because people loved it so much, and not because it was just a giant, hey, this made money, let's make more to make more money. I wish that wasn't the case, but that is most of the time. You're talking about Toy Story 4 earlier, and that's the only reason that movie was made. You cannot convince me otherwise. That is the only reason that movie was made.
Yeah, I don't think anyone actually asked for that movie to be made.
No. Another one, and this is Atlantis: The Lost Empire got a sequel, and that sequel was very interesting. They completely changed the animation. style.
Yes.
It was worse. I don't know how they managed to get it worse, but it was worse. And not only that, but it was like a series of short films somehow strung together to make one movie. Kind of like they had it's like the beginning of a TV series,
Mm-hmm.
and they just made it into a movie.
Hi, Andy.
Eddie! We have Doggo!
Hold on, let me mute him.
It's alright. Yay for Doggo. Always yay for Doggo. Man. You know, I have to say, of some of the movies we've been talking about, the Predator franchise actually managed to not fall into the trap that the Alien franchise did. They still got that remake that happened like a few years ago. That apparently was so bad it was laughable. But at least the creators of Predator kind of stuck to their guns and didn't continue going through and making like dozens and dozens and dozens of sequels. And I don't consider AVP like technically like sequels to Predator because it's kind of their own franchise.
Mm-hmm.
But oh no, I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked the concept of it, but I think like
It,
like you
it,
say,
it was
it's-
awkward, you
It
know?
was it didn't quite mash together.
No, it would have made good for like the first 5 episodes of a TV series. So what I'm saying, I don't know why they made it a movie. It's not so much a necessary sequel as a why did you make this a movie? That it looks like the beginning of a TV series rather
Mhm.
than like the art style is completely different. The yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, well, the original film, the art style was by Mike Mignola, the comic book artist. That's
Mm.
why it's very stylized, and I
Mhm.
really like the look of the characters.
Oh, it's so good. I love that art. That art style was beautiful. Yes, 100%. Oh man, funny. Oh, I have another one. The Die Hard movies.
Ah,
Oh, I like them. I like all the Die Hard movies. I do. But man.
yeah. I'm gonna admit, I love the first two.
Mhm.
Saw the third, haven't seen the fourth. So it's been a while. But
Die
but the original Die Hard I watch every Christmas.
Oh yeah, greatest Christmas movie. So you have Die Hard. You have Die Hard 2, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Live Free or Die Hard. I love Live Free or Die Hard. No, it's not good. And it takes a whole different approach to it. Oh hey, what is up, Captain Track? How's
Good
it going?
morning, Captain Track.
Let's see. There we go. All right, so you have Die Hard, and I think they just wanted to stick the name Die Hard on it for the fourth one, the Live Free or Die Hard, because it could have been a whole separate movie. So I think like some people think that that this whole entire different plot, which could start its own franchise, they get like super insecure about it being, you know, a standalone, like being able to stand on its own 2 feet. So they like stick the name of the franchise on there, and that just reminded me of another movie. That I'll talk about here in a second. But they stick the name of another movie on there, and it just kind of is like, yeah, this is a part of this. But Die Hard was, hey, this cop is so this cop is basically trying to say, I think it's his ex-wife, or they're separated. I think it's
Yes.
right?
Yes, separated. Not yet divorced, if I remember correctly.
Right. And so, like, there's a hostage situation where you have, I think, Alan Rickman's first role ever, where he does a hilarious American accent. And yeah, it's hilarious. It's amazing. and he so I got
Yeah,
distracted by Alan Rickman's American accent.
yeah, a Brit playing a German, playing an American. It's like, what?
Yes. There's a scene in there, was it where he tries to be an American, and it's hilarious. It's so funny. And I compare it to Benedict Cumberbatch doing an American accent for Doctor Strange. Just a little bit through the nose.
Yes. It's a little bit jarring.
Yeah.
I love Benedict Cumberbatch, and I
Mhm.
think I liked Doctor Strange. I think again it was a waste of Mads Mikkelsen. I think he could have been a much better character.
Rip that man. He's been God.
So that would have been my pick for Doctor Doom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have saved up Mads Mikkelsen and stuck him in a suit of armor.
Okay. I like that. I don't know much about Doctor. I know you're like a big Doctor Doom fan. I don't know much about Doctor Doom other than I guess it's kind of a tragedy in and of itself. The original Fantastic Four movie.
Oh, rip. Yeah.
Yeah, but I liked him in that. So I'd imagine if I liked him in that I would actually really enjoy the character because
Oddly enough, the films with Jessica Alba aren't the worst Fantastic Four films out there. It's kind of
no, we don't talk about the ones where they spend the whole God.
Oh,
Yeah, in my Fantastic Four movie, I need to see these adult superheroes as children winning a science fair because that makes sense. Thanks, movie. Okay. He wanted it all. He wanted to tell a whole biography of these characters that no one wanted. Thank you. Anyway, so back to Die Hard. So Die Hard starts off, you have the basic plot, right? So he's a cop trying to get through, save the hostages, save his wife, and that's kind of the general thing that happens. You know, he has a couple cool action scenes, but generally that's what trying to get into the building and stay alive and whatnot. That's kind of generally, it's very kind of confined. Live Free or Die Hard, on the other hand, is like, it's so everywhere. There's so much happening all the time. There's a scene where, like, okay, and it's in the trailer, where this freeway, this interstate highway is collapsing and it's up. So it's like, it's one of those that kind of curves around and it's really high up in the air. It's collapsing, and there's a fighter jet that he's trying to cling on to. He's while the car he was driving and the highway is collapsing underneath him. That's a scene in Live Free or Die Hard. That's a scene. I don't think I really need to say anything more. But yeah, that's the scene.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. They're proud of that thing. They put that in the trailer.
Yeah, they must have been. It's like, really? That's what you're gonna. Okay.
Yes. Rip Alan Rickman. He was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
He is Snape, by the way. That is Snape. You'll never be able to recast Snape ever. But holy hell, that's an unnecessary one. And apparently, no. Okay, hold on. I need to know about this.
Oh
Hold
dear.
on.
What have you found? Oh, while you have a look at that, I did think of one because you kind of brought up a sort of guilty pleasure where you like all of them. I'm gonna go for the Final Destination films.
Oh my god, yes! All of them. Just give me more. In fact, give me more. Keep going. This is really fun. Especially make me don't like the characters and then make the deaths even more absurd. But make sure you bring back the Grim Reaper death guy that works in the morgue because
yes. We love Tony Todd.
I love him. Oh my god, best character.
Oh, speaking of Tony Todd, remake Candyman.
Oh, Candyman! I never saw the original. I don't know. I could comment on that, but yes, it's on my list. But fun fact And
Mhm.
I found this out on my stream a couple weeks ago. Uh, so apparently, the Captain Marvel 2 is going to be directed by the same woman who did the Candyman remake.
Yes. I saw that.
Oh, what are your thoughts on that? Because I think have you watched them?
What? It's not out? It hasn't been released yet?
The reboot?
Candyman. Mhm. Yeah, it's not
Really?
out yet. Yeah.
Are you serious? And why are
Mm-mm.
they bragging about that? Why do they put that in her biography? Hey, you directed
It's
this movie.
suppose it's 'cause they're trying to keep it relevant, but, one, it
Weird.
didn't need to be done, and two, from what I've seen of it, it looks pretty terrible.
Uh, uh,
I wish
oh,
I could say I'll get her to sit down and watch it, but she won't watch it on principle now.
yeah, it's just she even if she wanted to, she won't. She's very stubborn, and the more you tell her to watch it, the less likely. I think we're negative chances at this point. One story, honey, no, we need to go back to the beginning. I've said it like 12 times. Another unnecessary sequel. Well, I don't know that if they can. There's a lot of sketch things happening about Captain Marvel, the original. I don't believe for a second that it made as much money as they said that it did. Um,
No.
so I'm wondering, are you going to pull out the stops for Captain Marvel 2? Yep, it's been announced, it's been greenlit. So,
Mm,
yep.
to be honest, the whole Marvel Stage 4 is a little bit sketchy.
I don't like Doctor Strange. The Doctor Strange movie is the only one
Mhm.
that I'm really into.
Yeah, the Doctor Strange film with the title that nobody can remember because it's so long.
Something multiverse.
Yeah, it's like Into the Multiverse or something, yeah.
Something. It's
I think
like
it's longer than that, though.
it's supposed to be a horror movie. I'm worried that it's going to be a PG-13 horror movie because those are.
Most likely, yeah, it will be.
Why won't Sam watch? I don't know. Like she said, Purple just said on principle at this point, she didn't want to watch it, and then we all like teased her to death about it, and now she's like refusing to watch it because I think she gets more enjoyment out of making us all go, "What the hell?" more than like she would out of the movie. So
Mhm, yeah, at this point, I think the movie would actually be a letdown.
yeah, I think we've hyped it up too much, honestly.
Yeah.
Like yeah. But let's see. Another one. Just thought of it as I was doing the Die Hard things, where it's like kind of not really connected.
Mhm.
Um, American Psycho 2.
Ooh, yes.
That is an interesting one. What American Psycho 2 did was it took the it was supposed to be its own movie.
Mhm.
It even has William Shatner in it. And it has Mila some of another whatever. So it's the main character is a Mary Sue, basically, is the best way to put it. She is a Mary Sue. She is the greatest thing ever. You know, her introduction scene, it might as well be a meme. It's so hilarious. You know, she's like, "Oh, I'm just this outcast, quirky, girl. It's whatever."
Oh, it's Mila Kunis.
Yes, that's what it
Ah, that explains it.
Yep.
Huh.
And she's like walks around, she's like saying hi to everyone. A frisbee comes her way and she catches it, no problem, throws it back, just giving internal monologue, like really awful internal monologue the whole time. It's a meme. It's like a Mary Sue parody. It's awful. Like she kills Patrick Bateman.
Huh, see, I
As
haven't seen this. I didn't even know there was a sequel, and it's actually got
a
Christian Bale in it.
no, yes.
Technically.
She kills alright, so Patrick Bateman kills her parents, and then she kills Patrick Bateman as an
Huh.
8-year-old.
So
Yes, an 8-year-old girl killed Patrick Bateman. And her dialogue, her narration for that scene is just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be the greatest serial killer ever. I can't wait to grow up." It's like, "Oh, no." She's like the greatest thing ever, the greatest serial killer ever. She's just
I just clicked on Rotten Tomatoes just to see, and it's on 11%.
it's a bad movie. You have to watch it as a comedy because it's so awful. Her oh my god, the music too it's like a parody. It really is. I wish they'd come out and say it's a parody. It's not though. It was supposed to be a very serious movie, and it wasn't supposed to be connected to American Psycho at all. And of course, because the studios interfered, and they're just like, why don't we just slap this puppy on there, and we'll change a few scenes and whatever. And it's like, it's not really connected except for like the first part. And there's like a few other scenes that seem like they kind of were slapped in there.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's awful. Like she
It sounds awful, but it sounds like one of those films you kind of have to watch just to see how bad it is.
yeah. Oh, interesting. I didn't know this.
In the Multiverse of Madness, that's it.
Yeah, no one's gonna remember that. Just call it Doctor
Nah,
Strange
that's
2.
that's gonna get changed the way Birds of Prey got changed.
Yeah. Well,
Because no one knew what Emancipation of Harley Quinn meant.
emancipation. When I hear the word, as an American, when I hear the word emancipation, I think the freedom of the slaves.
Mhm.
So very strange to see that word in the fantabulous emancipation of the one Harley Quinn. Is like, why did you add that? First of all, it's a Birds of Prey movie. Harley Quinn is not a member of Birds of Prey, unless you want to have her as a villain. Which, that would be cool.
Yeah, as a foil for Birds of Prey. Yeah.
Yeah, you could have done Gotham Sirens versus Birds of Prey. Ooh,
Uh-huh.
how did you not do that? Stupid people. Anyway, um, oh, you feel free, my dude. Good, feel free. Go for it. I will not be joining you on that endeavor, but you go for it. Oh, I will not be. Yep, nope. I will not. I will not. I have tried. We both have tried. We've all tried. But if you want to try to get her to watch it, go for it. Go for it. Oh my god. But yeah, it's oh god, it's so bad. There's a scene at the end where like she's driving her car and the police have kind of caught her because apparently they just heard her loud, obnoxious, pretentious inner monologue. I guess because there's this anyway.
That's what
She
happens when you shout your inner monologue.
Yeah, okay, so she kills everyone in her class to get this assistant instead of, I don't know, fucking doing the work and becoming the assistant in order to, because she wants to go into the FBI. Um, that's just how that works. Apparently, y'all didn't do any research whatsoever on what it takes to actually get into the FBI. But yeah, she wants to do that and be an agent for the FBI. And somehow, and I think being this assistant will like fast track you somehow. I don't fucking know. And instead of working hard and earning that position, she kills all her classmates that are ahead of her. Yep, that's what happens. And then at the end, she starts driving away. From the cops. It's like a hilarious chase scene, which she keeps stopping, and then they stop, and they get out, and then she just keeps going. She did it like two or three times, and then her car just like goes down like this off like a cliff thing, I think, and it just explodes or some shit. And there's a body in there somehow, and they think it's hers, and it cuts to like in the future, and it's this auditorium at the in Quantico, and this guy that wrote a book on her about how she's the greatest serial killer ever. um, is literally simping for this serial killer in front of this entire like 200-person auditorium for these FBI students. And it's just talking about how great she is. She's wonderful. She never got caught. She's so great, so wonderful, amazing. It's just wow. And of course, she's still alive somehow. I don't know how, but she's still alive. And she goes and gets the book about her signed by that guy. And the guy realizes it's her. And instead of doing any normal human thing at that point, he just watches her walk away.
Uh-huh.
Like, they know who she is. They have pictures of her.
Yeah, a picture's probably like on the front cover or it's on the inside or something. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering.
Unless she had
Anyway,
extensive plastic surgery, yeah.
no, she didn't. She put glasses on. For Superman, so I guess that works for her too. Which one was this? Okay, so this is American Psycho 2. It is the absolutely unnecessary sequel to American Psycho. Plot twist. Plot twist.
No,
That would be funny.
I couldn't handle that sort of plot twist.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Oh, that would be absolutely hilarious. Was it bad? I didn't. I saw the first one, and then I heard they were making a second one, and I saw this trailer for the second one, and I was like, what? Oh, we're going back in time? Why?
The live action Alice in Wonderland,
Yes.
the one that Johnny Depp was in.
Well, that's the one I think he's talking about. Maybe not. I hope there's no. I've heard that was something awful. It's like, oh no, oh no.
There is one more franchise I think that we could touch on before we end. That's worthy. Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah. And this is by the way, everyone, this is like part one because I guarantee you that there are franchises we forgot about, and so I'm just sticking part one at the beginning of this, just because I know for a fact that there are going to be movies that are going to come out, that are going to be announced, that are going to, because sequel-itis is awful at the moment, so guarantee there's going to be a part two. But yeah, Jurassic Park, Jesus Christ, poor franchise. You talk about Jurassic Park?
Yes. So Jurassic Park, films that started off pretty strong. I'd say the first two, pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
And then it fell off a cliff at number 3, and then it just kept going. And then they rebooted it, and it fell off a cliff again.
Oh, yeah, they did. Oh, no.
And I love Chris Pratt. I think he's a great actor. But even he couldn't save that film, or films.
Yeah, I think Jurassic Park, or Jurassic World, is, in my opinion, like a good representation. Oh, that chick dying, that one chick dying was hilarious. I have to admit, the first one.
I kind of wonder how bad a person was she? It's like, did she deserve that?
I don't think she was just the assistant, just like walking around trying to take care of the kids. Like that other chick, I think deserved that. She was so obnoxious. It was just like, I don't like this. She's so up her own ass. I fucking hate it. And somehow I'm supposed to like her now because she's with the Chris Pratt. No, that still doesn't make me like her, but okay. She didn't deserve that.
Yeah, is it bad that I kind of wanted her to get eaten by the T-Rex when she was running in high heels?
Yes, you can run in high heels, but when a T-Rex is jogging behind you, you're not outrunning the T-Rex in high heels. You're just not. Also, she didn't have a spare pair of shoes. Really? Really? Nothing?
Yeah, at that point, you would have just taken them off and just hope for the best.
You're telling me, yeah, there's no gift shop with shoes?
On an island that sells nothing but merchandise? Yeah.
And speaking of, all right, so the first Jurassic Park failed really hard.
Mm-hmm.
What made them think that it wasn't going to fail again, you know?
But if you think about it logically, I know it's a stupid thing to do because it's a film. There's no way that Jurassic Park could have ever been brought back.
Warning, everyone! We're not thinking logically. All right.
Just
get to your safe spaces.
The lawsuits alone from when the T-Rex got onto the mainland would have just ended any hope of bringing back the Jurassic Park as a viable attraction.
Yeah, like I feel like in that universe, what's interesting about it is it's like somehow everyone knows about it and no one knows about it all at the same time, depending on what the movie wants. You'd think, especially after the second one, which has Jeff Goldblum, who I absolutely adore, you'd think after that one, it wouldn't. There's no way anything else would have happened involving that, and well, everyone would have known about it. I do imagine that there would be like that's how the third one is relatively believable. Hell, the second one had newscasts, like helicopter cameras.
It was televised. They filmed them taking the T-Rex back to the island.
Yeah, so you know which island it is. So this is why I say I can believe that people would go to that island, just like kind of like how people would go to a cemetery at night. Curiosity, morbid curiosity, and it's. So I imagine that, and I wish that's what the third one was more about, because that's the logical progression. But then, to in the same universe, have Jurassic World makes absolutely no sense. Because there's no, you're totally right on that. There's absolutely no way after the second one, with that T-Rex running around.
Yes.
There's no way.
They could have gotten away with it had they said it was like an alternate path that could have been taken, but having the cast from the original films in the new films, it completely negates that.
Exactly. It's totally, it ruins it completely. That
and I miss the animatronic dinosaurs. The CGI just isn't the same.
Yeah. I wish that it would just. It was funny. Is Jurassic World actually did succeed at first? That wasn't the first time. It was a well-established park. So that's something, right? And it wasn't until. It's like it is really stupid logic, right? That because people want more, they want things that are scary. They want to.
The idea was that people got bored of dinosaurs.
That's not going to happen.
No, it's like
no. People didn't get sick of Disney World. They didn't get sick of Universal. They're not going to get sick of dinosaurs. All right, the zoo is still a thing. Okay, the zoo is fine, and if everything else is fine, like involving those kind of parks, there's no way that a park filled with dinosaurs. Now, do I believe like investors and like stockholders would do that? Yes. But to tell me that people in general are getting bored of the dinosaurs when, again, the zoo exists, it's like saying, oh yeah, people are getting bored of the fucking lions and giraffes in the zoo. It's like, no, they're not. I've gone to the zoo several times and I'll still go back.
Same, yeah.
Like, hey, look, there's these things that are in books and shit that I don't get to see on a normal basis, and I'm gonna see them. It's cool.
There's animals that died out 65 million years ago. Yeah. Go nuts.
They're back. Well, it's like what are you talking about? You don't need. And by the way, when you make a new dinosaur, you don't need to make one that looks like it came out of a horror movie. I don't know why y'all went that route. You could have made any other fucking anything, What you could have done and what they should have done is instead make a more accurate representation of what dinosaurs are really supposed to look like, which is with feathers. They're supposed to be covered in feathers. I think that would have been kind of a cool little thing.
That would have been cool.
But no. And then they have the stupid Fallen Kingdom. And that's stupid. I know. I said that twice, but it is stupid.
Yeah, the idea that they'd build on a volcanic and live volcanic island, a multi-billion-dollar park.
A dormant one. You don't build on something unless you don't build on an island with a volcano of something like that unless it's dead. Hawaii is obviously different. you don't have like a park of dinosaurs on Hawaii, right? You know, those houses and stuff that can be rebuilt, that's fine. But we're talking about something that requires a stable environment because of how much money is going into it. And so well, also, like, really, are you telling me that like we created dinosaurs, but our technology on figuring out when a volcano is going to explode is still in the modern era? Are you serious? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Because I'm calling bullshit.
I think that's the one thing that the first two Jurassic Park films did well. They established that the attraction is on the one island, and then the second island is where they breed the dinosaurs. I think that was an interesting twist.
Yeah. Well, it just
Um,
became really stupid. Oh, we must save the animals movie, but in like the most pretentious way imaginable.
yeah, it's like there's no way you could save them. So
Yeah.
what are you going to do with them?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly my point. No one has that attitude. No one will ever have that attitude. Like, fuck off with that. Fuck off with that. Holy Jesus, it's so annoying.
I would
That's just
kill.
ham-headed.
I would kill to pet a Triceratops.
Yeah, I would love that. That'd be great. Like, I would love to be able to just, chill with some dinos in a park. That'd be cool. But I think it'd be cool to do with lions. We have those. You're really and truly. So it's like, okay, I almost would have believed it more if it was an alternate dimension. It's like, okay, well, apparently in this alternate dimension, human beings get bored easily, so no zoos are around, right?
Yes, they could have done that, and it could have been quite, self-aware, like kind of riffing on people's short attention spans nowadays, and that
Yeah.
might have worked, but I don't think they were that clever.
No. Well, again, dinosaurs. Like, I mean, it's I just you cannot have zoos and dinosaurs like in the same universe and tell me that people are bored of dinosaurs. That's not happening. Now do I think that they would have explored this a little bit more is the wave of, hey, when something becomes mainstream and popular, they could have easily done this, but because it would have been more self-aware, right? Like a
Mhm.
self-aware Hollywood moment where when something becomes mainstream and popular, counterculture is born out of that, where it's like this contrarian um, way of thinking. I used to do this too, where it's like I hate this thing because it's mainstream now, and then I got over it because I grew up. Um,
Yes.
yeah.
Almost
But
kind of like the anti-hipster thing. It's
mhm.
like, yeah. Also, they could have gone down the route of if they were so good at breeding these dinosaurs now that they kind of become like they replace the dog as man's best friend. It's so people have got them as pets. So people
Oh,
are so used to seeing them.
mhm. I'd
They
ride a
could,
Velociraptor to school.
yeah, I could picture you doing that as well.
Yeah, right? Either that or a Xenomorph. Those are my two choices, as far as something to ride up in school. So, yeah, you have a car? Well, I have a fucking alien or a dinosaur.
I can see Eris rocking up with like two velociraptors pulling a sled.
Yeah. No, like a really gothic style carriage. There we go. That's about right. That's my level of, dramatic. Yeah, and just it's and they also want the dinosaurs to be, like, as intelligent as humans and as stupid as not stupid, but, like, not as intelligent, like, as normally intelligent as they would be, um, at the same time. There's a lot of, like, mutually exclusive things that are required to happen at the same time in order for certain things to happen within that movie. Uh,
Hmm.
it's just like
Yeah, I think, like you say, and as we kind of established with a lot of these, it's just a waste of potential.
mhm.
Because if we can come up with a better plot for a franchise, I'm pretty sure they could have as well.
Yeah, exactly. You reach it, that would have been really cool in the Jurassic Park universe, um, to get into like Jurassic World where dinosaurs are so normalized that they're everywhere. They're kind of it's not just like an island, but it's kind of like everywhere. Um, and we could have done that. We've domesticated them and didn't have to be on an island. It could have been in just a zoo.
Mhm.
You know,
I actually kind of like Colin's idea.
what?
And that's a whole other franchise comes apart.
Oh my god. All right, I'd love to see a fucking a dinosaur riding a horse into battle. Like- oh my god.
And Speaker said the Raptors would have to be wearing Santa hats. They would. I would have to insist upon it if they were pulling a sled.
Yeah. All right, so this is like I said, this is part one. I wanted to cut it off at 2. I'm getting better at cutting off when I say I'm going to cut it off, but it's I'm just a little bit of a chatterbox. I know, shocker to everybody. But yeah, so I need to get ready. 12 p.m. starts the DC fandom thing that
Mhm.
Purple and I are both a part of on Loki's channel, and that thing goes on for I think 8 hours.
Pretty much, yeah. It's gonna run for the rest of the day.
Yes.
So lots of panels, lots of
Mhm.
interesting things for us to be commenting on.
Yes.
And you're doing the first one, which is
The Wonder Woman panel. It's
awesome.
first right out of the box. And I will be covering that. Purple, you're cover Sandman.
Sandman, yep. So they'll be talking about Sandman, and Neil Gaiman is going to be talking about how it came about and kind of the impact it's had.
Right.
So we can talk about that as well.
Yeah. So those, and then there's another Wonder Woman panel later. I think they're playing a game, so might just be. I don't know what I'm going to be doing for that one, but anyway. So that's going to be starting here in about 50 minutes. For at least me, but I think in 6 minutes. Yes, cutting it close there. 6 minutes, I think, is when it's supposed to start officially. I think they're gonna do like a 45-minute warm up, like opening, kind of get people in and whatever. So it's not just because they can't rewind it. It's a live event, so you're not gonna be able to rewind it and talk about it. So it's not like you can kind of start off with like an intro and kind of go in. It's like no, it's kind of to
No,
get warmed up and go in or whatever. And I need,
exactly. We've got to
yeah,
be there and we've got to react live.
yeah, exactly. So it just got a notification. Thank you, YouTube. Thanks, man. Thanks, YouTube.
YouTube nailed it again.
Thank you. But yeah, so I'm gonna wrap it up here just so I'm not like stepping on toes or whatever, which is why we did this early in the first place. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's what we got coming up next. But yeah, so I will see you at noon whenever the Sandman panel is. When is that?
It's almost directly after yours. So I think there's one very short panel in between,
Yeah.
which is like 15 minutes, and then it's after.
All right. So we will see y'all here in a little bit. Thank you all for coming. And yep. Have a good lunch, whatever, dinner, something.
And Speaker says he's got a panel tonight as well. That's cool. Awesome.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I don't know who all in the panels and everything. But,
Speaker is doing the Expanse panel tonight.
okay, all right. So,
Cool.
yep, we will see y'all here in a little bit. Have a good one, y'all.
Big thank you. Thank you, Iris.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for everybody coming, and thank you, Purple, for coming too.
Bye, guys.
Bye.